feel a lot better once I get my extensions in, and I already have my eyelashes on, but I'm gonna do a little bit of makeup and let's get started. So I'm just gonna wipe my face off really quick just in case I have anything left over. I'm gonna use the Photo Finish Primer Water always before I do my makeup and after. And I love this Revlon Kiss Exfoliating Balm. It's like the best. It just feels like sugar on your lips and it just exfoliates them. So when you put your lipstick on, it just goes on really, really smooth. My skin has always had like a specific color. I have like yellow undertones, but then under my eyes I have bags, as you can see, and then I also have freckles, which I don't mind, but I do like to cover them up a little bit. But no matter what I do, I just never seem to find the right color foundation. So what I do is I actually mix foundations, and I have the MAC C1, and I have the MAC Mineralize Moisture Foundation, and this is an NC30, and I also use the Fenty, and this one is an 8C01 140. So hopefully you'll be able to figure out which one's which, but I just like to mix them because, and then I just do all my face. You can see that's like, still looks a little bit light, but once you blend it in, it's like a really good color. I really think so many girls get their color out of one product, but it's just not possible with me, and I'm not any way in the beauty industry or anything, but that just works for me, and I'm sure a lot of other girls mix their foundations as well. And I always mix it into the hairline for sure. Just always do my forehead a couple times because I tend to like raise my eyebrows, and I need a little bit of Botox on my forehead because then it like creases really bad. Okay, so that color is pretty good. You see, it's just like an even coverage that's not like scary white or anything. I use the Anastasia Contour Cream Kit, and I also have the powder, but I really like the cream kit. And the two colors that I really use, as you can see, is this lighter banana, and the darker one is cinnamon. And the cinnamon I use to kind of like contour just a little bit, and then the banana I like to put a little bit under my eyes when I feel like it. So yes, I use the beauty blender, and I just put a little bit right here. What I do is usually just put it on just where I want it first, and then I go back and I blend it. You see, like, you can barely tell right there. And I know that so many girls have, like, you know, they follow the rules of makeup. You do the foundation, you do the setting powder, and I do have the Milk setting powder, but I'm not like a huge makeup fanatic. Maybe if I like had more time to do my makeup, I would really get into it. Then I do my forehead a little bit. And not to brag, but I'm really happy with my nose. It is my nose. It's not, you know, I haven't had anything done to it, but just for fun, I do a little bit on each side. Just like the leftover. Now I put some blush, and this one is the MAC. Oh God, look at the back of it. Gingerly. I'm pretty sure it's Gingerly. I'm gonna be due for another one soon, but you know, I have a lot of makeup and I tend, just like my clothes, use 10% of it. But this is like the perfect color for me. And I just put it like right above that that contour line that I did like right here. It's super mild, but and I go very slowly because I tend to be like, and then I look like Raggedy Ann or something with like, oh, see, too fast. Little by little, because it's always easier to just put a little bit more on as opposed to like, oh god, and then you have to wipe it off and it's just never gonna look the same. And I'll get a close-up. I know that the lighting isn't that good, but I'll go to the light. I just had like deja vu of like Poltergeist right there. I'll go to the light at the end so you guys can see the color that I got. Okay, so that's that. And sometimes I do put like a little bit of highlighter right here, but it's just like a chillax day. So I did put my lashes on, and I do have a whole bag of lashes. And the ones that I'm obsessed with, okay, if you want like super simple go-to look, like an everyday look, you don't want it to be like too dramatic, the ones I'm obsessed with are Katy Perry Honey. I have not been able to find them in the stores recently. I know that CVS used to sell them, but I have bought them on eBay. I'm obsessed with Katy Perry Honey lashes. They're like the perfect lash. But the ones that I've been using are the Ardell Knotted Flare Trios, short black. I use like 3 of those on the inner eye, and then on the outer lash I use the same ones but a medium. And I know a lot of girls really like, you know, a really big lash, but that's just not me. I think it's pretty dramatic for me, and that's I do like all medium. And if I wanted to go a lot more natural, I could probably do all short. But I really like the way that looks, and it has no mascara at all. So I just think it's like a really pretty, you know, on there. Like honestly, I can go like 5 days with the lashes and maybe like one will fall out because I tend to forget that I have them. I rub my eye. And then you just pop another little piece on, as opposed to like you put the lashes on in one strip and then it just starts lifting and then you've got a mess. You have to take it all off. You could just pop one new little lash on there. Okay, so that's it for the lashes. But the color, my go-to color right now, and right now I mean by like a year, over a year, is the brand is Milani. I'm obsessed with Milani. I literally have every single shade. When I love a product or like a pair of shoes or clothes, I tend to get multiple of the same style, different colors, and I have every single color. But the one that you need to try is Matte Naked, and that one is a 61. Obsessed, as you can tell. Look at how much I have left of that one. But not to fear, I already bought myself another one because it's just scary. It's like so scary when you have your favorite color and then you find out it got discontinued, and you're like, oh great, now I'm gonna have to buy it on eBay for like 5 times the price because people know it got discontinued. So they're willing to pay like 5 times more because that's their color, especially like when it comes to hair dye and stuff. So this color is just like the perfect nude, but it's not like, it doesn't wash you out too much, and it doesn't have like a lot of pink either. It's just like, if I really wanted to get fancy with it, which that's not the look I'm going for right now, I'd put some lip liner around that. And what I do also like to do is the Matte Innocence. That's a 60. I know it looks really light, but it's really, really not that light. And I'll just put a little bit on the inner lip. Look at that color. It's like really nice. Okay, so I'm done with my everyday makeup look, but I'm gonna get started on my hair extensions. I do have super short hair. Not only do I have short hair, but I have super fried hair. This is because every year I decide to go blonde, even though I know it will only last like 2 months because my hair fries with bleach. Okay, my hair looks really crazy right now because when I got out of the shower, I just like let it dry and then I put it up, but it doesn't usually look this crazy. I go blonde every year, go lighter every year, which I never stick with it because it just washes me out really bad. And when I went blonde, I thought, okay, well, I don't want to go dark right away. I'm going to go somewhere in the middle, and I did this really pretty like natural redhead color, and I loved it, but it was so hard to maintain because it just, red is the hardest color to maintain. It just like washes you out so fast. So then I thought, and my hair was like this long and now it's fried. And that's a whole nother story. You know, when you tell your hairstylist that your hair bleaches red or orange, and they're like, oh no, you'll be fine. And you say, you know, my hair just is very sensitive to bleach, and they're like, oh, we're gonna be really careful. But then after the first layer of bleach, they bring over another girl at the salon, and they say, hey, look at that. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to put another layer on there because it bleached orange. And I'm like, yeah, I told you that. And then it ends up being like an hour and 20 minutes of like bleaching your hair, and you just know in your head that your hair is gonna be like gum. So what I just put in my hair right now is the Garnier Fructis Flat Iron Perfector Straightening Mist, and this is like a heat protectant, and as you can tell, I use it all the time because I just ran out. And you have to put that in your hair, especially when you don't want to damage your hair. Already damaged hair, but it's gonna be like about a year to get my hair back. This is nothing. My hair was terrible. It was like gum. My hair literally was falling out in the shower. I had like short hair, long hair, medium hair. The whole thing was split. And every like 2 weeks in quarantine, I was like trimming my hair myself, but like just like not even a quarter of an inch, like literally just the tips. And then like a week later, all the tips were fried again because, you know, you can only heal so much of your hair. You just have to cut it. But I just cannot do short hair, super short hair. So I just thought I'd buy like some products and avoid straightening and dyeing and curling my hair as much as possible, but you just have to sometimes. If not, you're just gonna feel not really good about yourself. So what I'm doing now is just curling with a big barrel. I'm sure there's like way bigger barrels. I think this is like a 1.5 inch or something, but just straightening out my curly, wavy, frizzy hair. And something that I learned is like at the bottom part of your head, you can grab a little rubber band, because when you have shorter hair and you want to blend extensions in a lot better, it's just better to get rid of that little bottom part, because then you have like, it's super quick, but because it's like just a chillax day. But, and I don't tease my hair anymore. I did have a girl come do my wedding hair because I just got married in February, and I was obsessed with the way she did my hair and my makeup, and it was the first time that I used her, so it was like super risky. I was like, God, by the time she's done, it's gonna be like time to go outside and like say hi to my guests. And I was like, oh my God, what if like it's terrible? She did an amazing job. It's like the most beautiful I've ever felt in my whole life. And she taught me that trick to put like the bottom part of your hair up. But This was in February and we're now in August, and she's like, this is funny guys, I'm like, no shame, like I'm a very transparent person. She was like, I told her, are you gonna tease my hair? Because I've always liked teasing my hair when I get extensions in, because I just feel like if your hair gets snagged on like a doorknob or something, it's still not gonna get pulled out. You really have to pull at it for it to fall out. And she's like, no, your hair type is the type that you can just clip it in. And I'm like, so in other words, it's so fried that it's like almost teased enough to where you might as well not tease it, just clip it in. Well, after that, I just started doing it that way, and it's really not that bad. I don't feel like it's going to get snagged. So yeah. So what I do is curl it, and then I loosen them up because you don't want to look like Shirley Temple or anything. You see, so that's the bottom. And I know that doesn't look like a lot of hair, but I have a lot of extensions, and I gotta keep going. Kinds like a broom, like straw. My hair was like straw. I mean, you're the professional. Why are you telling me that I need a hair treatment after I dye my hair? You should have done my hair treatment and then dyed my hair, right? And so I went home, I googled the hell out of it, and I saw girls, honestly the only worst situations that girls were in on YouTube is like literally fry their hair off. And I know that maybe like 80% of those are just like fake people that, you know, intended to do that for the video, and they really don't care about their hair or whatnot. But I'm sure there's people that have really ruined their hair, sincerely. But besides that, my hair was like worse than a lot of those videos, and it made me feel so bad. Like if I lost my hair for medical reasons, I would accept it, and I would own it, and I would be okay with it, to the best of my ability. But when your hair is like completely fried, you just feel so bad about it, and it feels bad, it looks bad, your self-esteem really goes down. So what I'm trying to get at, because I go like way off the deep end with the stories, that's just who I am. I googled the hell out of it, and I found out that when your hair is super porous and you like have to dye it, which is like the worst thing you can do when your hair is like so fried, I bought a filler for my hair. And I'm a nurse, guys, I'm not in the beauty industry at all, so please do not like follow my same disclaimer, right? I did use this protein filler. I don't know if I have it up here still, but natural hair color additive. And what you do is you put it in your hair with some water, and I sprayed my whole hair with it, and then you let it dry. And then once your hair dries, you don't rinse it out, you dye your hair on top of that. Oh my gosh, guys, like 3 days later, after spending $200 at the hair salon and coming back with blotchy hair, I dyed my hair again 3 or 4 days after. Used a protein filler, and everything was one color. I'm like, wait a second, I'm a nurse. It cost me like $30 or $40 to get the stuff at Sally's, but $220 at the hair salon. They could not figure out, wait a second, let's feel this hair first. I mean, has anyone seen like, what's that blonde woman on, what is it, Bravo, that, I love her, goes into the salons? I mean, you assess. It's the same thing that nurses do. You assess the situation and to come to a better outcome. You assess the person's hair. You ask their history. You ask, you know, have you done this before? And what happened when you did that? What was the outcome then? So you can determine, or when was the last time you did this? Or how did your hair get so fried? And oh my gosh, look, it's crispy at the bottom. I mean, just be straight up with me. And I know that, you know, damage can alter hairstylists' work, totally. You can't just like fry your hair, walk into a hair salon and be like, make me look normal again. I understand that, but But when I'm like asking you to like for a service and you cannot provide it, just tell me we cannot do that. You need to come back in 6 weeks. You're gonna have to just live with that, because then we're not gonna take the responsibility if it just like gets worse, which they didn't. They're like, oh yeah, we can do it. And I said, are you sure you can do this? And they said, oh yeah, we'll do that. So this was less than $240. I think it was like $8, less than that. And I dyed my hair myself. I dyed my extensions, and I don't know when, you know, my girlfriend is graduating cosmetology school, and I do trust her. She's done my hair a couple of times, like hairstyles and straightening and curling it and big buns that looked awesome and updos, and I would trust her because she'll really like assess the situation, and she's been blonde like forever and she does her own hair, so I think I can trust her. But it's like, I guess you just have to like tell the person honestly, you know, I cannot do that. And there's no shame in that. It's not like, oh, you can't do, you know, you can't just lie to the customer because you want to get an extra person in that day. You know, you have to be honest. So yeah, that's my hair story. But you know, and before being a nurse, I always wanted to get into cosmetology because I just think it's so fun. I definitely knew I wanted to do something that helped people, because I think I am a nurturing person, and I think that cosmetologists, you know, they're kind of like nurses and teachers. You can go into a hair salon, a beauty salon, nail salon, or whatnot, and you can go in feeling like crap, like just so, you know, internally exhausted, feeling not so good about yourself. And that feeling doesn't need to come from hair extensions, makeup, or whatnot, but it's just, it comes from within, right? Obviously. But when you look in the mirror, or not even look in the mirror, if you just touch your hair, or you just put on a nice outfit, or not even a nice outfit, just something that you're comfortable in, you just feel better. And what's better than feeling better when someone else makes you look better? It's like, what's better than eating a delicious meal when someone else makes it for you and serves it to you? That's why like people love restaurants. So I'm not trying to take away credit from people that, you know, they do change people's lives, but you know, be honest with the client. I know like people walk in with all these crazy demands and you want to fulfill their wishes, but if it just can't be done, don't do it. So we're not done yet, but I'm trying to go as fast as possible. And I have slept with my extensions in. It's not for everybody because, you know, it can be a little bit discomforting. You do feel the clips sometimes, like if they're not well placed, you might feel like it's poking you, but it is okay to leave your hair extensions in overnight and then, you know, the next day take them out. And I'm pretty sure this is the Argan oil hair curler. I do love the Argan oil hot tools. I've had them forever. Like, you can have them for 6 years and they never go out, as opposed to like some other tools, even like the high-end tools. I used to get like the gold hot tools. I don't know what the brand is it called? Hot Tools, probably. And then yeah, it works great. It gets really hot and everything, but like a year or two later just doesn't turn on anymore. Or one time only like one side was working and it was really annoying. But as far as like hair straighteners, I'm addicted to the Babyliss. The blue one is the best one. I now have the black one. I gave the blue one to my stepdaughter and I kind of want it back, Haley. It's so good. I got the black one because it was thicker and I felt like I was gonna get more straightened faster. But I don't know, it just, the blue one, it's just, you literally just go over it like once or twice and it's super straight. And I think that with like thinner hair straighteners, that was like me breaking all the ends off right there. With thinner hair straighteners, you could also like style it. I know that some girls know how to do curls with those thinner straighteners, or like those beach waves. I can't do that. I can probably just like flip the bottom, but, and don't make fun of me how I'm using my hair curler. Like, I know that there's like a fancy way to do it, but it works for me. And I get these couple pieces. And usually I won't go over it a couple times, but I am, because I didn't blow dry my hair. I have very like, I used to have very curly hair, and after like so much straightening, curling, bleaching, coloring, ruining, frying my hair, it's just like a fried curly wave. So usually I'll blow dry it and it'll straighten out a bit, and then I'll just curl it. But right now it's just, this is the way it dried. Look at this. It's like, wouldn't other girls' hair like fall like that? No, my hair like stands straight up. But if I cut it, then I'll have like no hair. If I cut it all off, I just have to be patient, right? Okay, what am I gonna do next? What am I gonna do next? Okay. So I lost track because of talking. So I'm gonna put one more tract right there. And these are clip-on, and at one point I took the clips off, like I think I'm a hairstylist. I took the clips off and I did put beads in my hair, and I did do the little tweezers pliers where you clip the bead down. And I loved those, but I don't know. I just feel like I really need, I'm one of those people that needs to like wash their hair really good. And I like sometimes wash my hair like 2 or 3 times in the shower because I just really want to get all that product off. So when you have those beads that are glued or beaded or sewn in, it's like really convenient because you can wash it, you could style it, you can dry it, you can straighten it, you could all sorts of stuff with it in, and you could have them in there for like 2 months or something, depending on your hair growth and whatnot. But for me, I just don't feel like I'm really cleaning my scalp, and I just don't like that. So for me, I tried it out. It was really fun and everything, but I just don't have that hair type, I guess scalp type, where you can just, I mean, you can wash your hair, it just doesn't feel like you're getting everything, and then you just get like oily spots in it. Ugh, can't do that. Another thing is like when you have them in and you can't get them out for 2 months or whatnot, I feel like when your hair type is a lot different than the extension type, you have to be really careful when you're working on your hair, styling your hair, because you don't want to miss a little piece of your hair, and then now it's like you can totally tell that those extensions are extensions, because you know, this way I can do my natural hair in one piece and then clip in the hair extension and then do my hair again and then clip in another hair extension. It's not like I have to be like pulling up little pieces of my hair out from in between the extensions. and styling them and making sure I got like every little hair of mine straightened out and curled up, because then you have like I said, a crunchy, crispy pork rind, broom gum hair, and then like a silky smooth hair extension next to it. But yeah, I never learned my lesson. I think I finally hit my breaking point in realizing that like I just don't look good as a blonde. It's okay. My mom's the blonde and I look a lot like my mom. So I just always feel like, oh, it does look good on me. But then as soon as I do it, I'm like, why the heck did I do this again? And I do it all the time. I do it every year. And even if I go to a professional, it just never comes out right. It comes out very like yellow, brassy. I've even put like toners in my hair, and like the Wella T14 or whatever it is, everyone uses it. I put it in my hair, nothing happened. It's just, I guess everyone's hair is different. Let's get this last piece. Almost burned myself. So I just let go of that, loosen this up a little bit, pull it, and then keep spinning it up. I know some people, I think that's the way to do it, kind of like start at the top or middle or wherever you want the curl to be. But there's some people that start at the bottom and just like roll it up. I don't do that. You see, that's not bad at all. And then at the end, I just like style all these little pieces that are sticking out so you can't really tell. And then now I just have a couple small pieces that have one clip. 1, 2, 3, 3 1 clips and 1 2 clip. Let's do. And I know that like some girls have like these fancy methods of putting in their extensions. Like they know the one with 4 clips goes here, and they know that sometimes like I'll like put 3 clip on top or the 4 clip on the top, and just whatever mood I'm in. I'm not like fancy like that. Enough protein in there, and you don't want like your natural hair to be like super voluminous, I guess, and then your hair extension is like all flat. Another thing I have to confess is sometimes this is like so much easier than styling the extensions on your hair. I do like close it in the drawer and curl it, and it's just like so much better because you just like snap them on and like loosen the curls, and that's it. Or like if you have a friend, they could hold it for you and you're not pulling on the extension that's already in your hair. You see, that was like so easy. Wait a second, did I even curl that? And it was like already curled like pretty good. Whatever, I'll go over it one more time. And I do wash them. I mean, obviously not as much as my natural hair because you don't have like all this oil on it all the time, but you know, like every 2 or 3 wears I will wash it. Wash them. And they've held up pretty good, and they're not like super high end. I just bought them at like an extension store down here. But I know that there's girls that like spend like $400, $500, $600 on them, which is, hey, all the power to you. And I have the money. It's just like I can't justify that. I'd rather like get something for my house or my daughter than to spend $600 on hair extensions. Okay, I'm dying to get out of the house. I'm dying to like go out again after this pandemic has passed, and it will pass, and it could have already passed, but you know, things and people don't want to follow science. People don't want to follow science. Some people don't even believe in this pandemic. They should do a program and take the people who don't believe in the pandemic to the hospitals, and they'll probably say that all those patients are like actors. make them change their mind. But I guess you really don't start taking it seriously unless like one of your family members got sick. I mean, does it have to come to that? Wait until like it actually affects you. No one in my family has gotten it yet, my immediate or extended. And we've been taking it super serious. And so far so good. It's been since March. We're already in August. And we really have not done anything at all. We've just been at home. Maybe two times a week we'll go get like fast food. And I'll wipe everything down when we get home. I'll take everything out of the bag on the kitchen counter and put it like on paper plates. Because you just never know. Like if I get it, it's because, you know, God forbid. But if I were to catch it, I would want it to be because I inhaled it, not because I didn't wipe down a grocery or something, right? Something that's like preventable. But it's time, like I need to keep up with my, I mean, I don't want to look super fancy in quarantine or anything, but I don't want to feel bad in quarantine. I mean, depression is like at an all-time high right now. And I saw a funny article and it said, you know, what products are selling really low right now and what products are selling out right now, or sales have gone up in ice cream because everyone's at home just like eating away their emotions, their feelings. And deodorant sales have gone down because like no one's doing anything, so you think like, oh, I don't need to wear deodorant because I'm not doing anything. Yes, you do. So we're almost done. And the clip, I'm looking at the time, and it's about 50 minutes that I did my hair and my makeup, and it was just like a simple look. But like, let's say tomorrow, if I wanted to leave my hair extensions in tonight, I just had to do my makeup, and it'll take me like 15 minutes to do it. And I know it's like a super natural look. It's not anything fancy. It was not a makeup tutorial. It was just like quarantine, you know, don't look so run down look. And this front part, I kind of like to roll it in because I love that like vintage look. But then of course you brush it out, right? You don't want to like give that full like victory roll if you don't want it, right? Because I think that's a pretty look. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, so I'm almost done. Okay, so I have 2 more clip-ins, and I have to choose where I need to put them. You see, it's already looking way better. Put one like right under there. See? Sometimes I do hold the extension because you just don't want to loosen it when you pull on it. And then at the very end, I do put like a little bit of oil on the top because, like I said, crispy hair, extensions from like a healthy haired person. You don't want it to look like, oh, it's a little bit dry here and then like super luscious, natural, healthy, non-compulsive person's hair. And I'm gonna put this one piece right here, right on the top. And I do part my hair to one side And I've been meaning to like start trying to part it down the middle and do like a smoother look. But I'm just like obsessed with that side part. I've always done that. And it's funny because when I started doing my daughter's hair, I did it on the same side. So now her hair just like naturally parts to that side. So okay, so now I'm gonna part it exactly where I want it and smooth this out right here, smooth that out right there. Be careful because you don't want to like pull out your extensions or loosen them. And if the top just needs a little bit more smoothing, go over it one more time. And it'll loosen up. Like sometimes I do it like a little bit over the top because once you get like everybody in the car and they go outside and it's like super humid out here, it'll go down. And then you're wishing you would have done it a little bit more dramatic because now you have like super flat curls. So let me get this one little piece. And I do use this oil even when I get out of the shower, the Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Anti-Frizz unmanageable hair. I mean, it literally says, like anything on the shelf that says like for unmanageable, super crispy, dry hair, I buy it. And I don't put it on my extensions, I just put it on the top to moisturize those crispy ends. And then I like to put this behind here, and that kind of hides those shorter pieces that I have going on. See? Not bad. And then on this side, just smooth it out. Then again, you don't want it to look like I said, Shirley Temple. You open them back up. And there it is. And sometimes, I don't know, I have friends that when they put their makeup on, they put it on, they're gonna have it all day, all night, and it won't even come off. And mine, like, I catch myself like on the way out, putting like just a little bit more. I don't know. And then I put my primer on top of that too. I do curl my eyelashes when I first put them on, and they stay like that. So, and I prefer no mascara unless it was like something really big that I was gonna go to and I wanted like something a lot more dramatic. But I'm gonna go by the window so you can see. Okay. So that just took like under an hour, and it's really natural. And I love it. And just follow those super simple steps. I might even, look at my eyelashes, they're like not dramatic, right? They're just like perfect. But I might do a tutorial on how to put the eyelashes on because I'm literally like the most simple person, and I could teach you how to put them on in like 10 whole minutes. So if you like my video, push like, subscribe. I'm really not doing this to become like a YouTube star or anything, and thank you for watching. And I have a big smudge right here because remember, I'm not a makeup artist.